So welcome back to my channel. Right now, as I am filming this, maybe even as you're watching this, I am celebrating my 1-year anniversary in New York City, in this apartment in Brooklyn. My mind is blown. So I thought, what better way to celebrate 1 year in the greatest city in the world than to talk about all of the things that I wish that I knew before I moved to New York City. And there are a lot, but I made a pretty succinct list of things that pertained mostly to New York City. Unfortunately, the list came out to 17, 18, which is not an even number, and it's not even an odd 15 or an odd 25. It's just 17 or 18 items. So we're gonna ignore the fact that the number is displeasing. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Here's some things that I wish I had known before I moved to NYC. Thing number 1, dust. There's just dust everywhere. And I know that what you're thinking, dust happens everywhere, Wendolyn. It's worse in New York City, but it's worse here. I'm just telling you, especially in the summertime when you have to leave your windows open all of the time, you will have to be prepared to sweep and clean your floors and your windowsills and whatever, every single day. I sweep my apartment entirely 3 or 4 times a week. It is the way it is. So I wish I had known that. It's not the end of the world, but I wish I had known. Would have been nice. Okay, thing number 2, make friends with the people in your neighborhood, like your local bodega worker, the guy at the deli that you go to all the time, meet the baristas that work at your favorite coffee shop. It just makes life easier / more fun, and it gives you a greater sense of community if when you're getting your coffee or picking up your groceries or grabbing ice cream really late at night at the bodega. If the guy knows your name, it gives you a sense of community and makes you feel more at home, and it's really nice. This one is so important. New Yorkers are not rude. I know it's a stereotype, but New Yorkers just aren't rude. We just like to give each other space. In a city that is so famously known for not having a lot of actual personal space most of the time, you're jammed into trains, you live in small apartments, big buildings with lots of offices, whatever. In a city where you don't have a lot of actual physical personal space, people just like to give you the mental space that you need. 9 times out of 10, if you stop someone and ask them for directions on the street, they're going to help you. They are very nice. People will give you directions. They will help you. We are friendly. We do take care of each other. We just like to give each other the mental space since we can't give each other the physical space. So yeah, New Yorkers aren't rude. Just so you know. Number 4, this one surprised me. The train never actually takes as long, at least in my experience, the train never actually takes as long as you think it's going to. But the one time that you rely on the fact that the train is always faster than Google Maps says it's going to be, that is the one time that you're going to get smacked in the face by a 45-minute delay. Obviously, give yourself ample time to get anywhere. Give yourself 2 times as long to get where you need to go, basically. Number 5, keep an umbrella on you, all of the time. It rains so much here. I did not know that New York was such a rainy city, but it is. Carry an umbrella. Okay, just carry an umbrella. Okay, number 6, food. Try all of the food. There is so much good food in this city. It is ridiculous. It is incredible. It shocks me every day. And this is kind of a part 2 to this one. You're going to eat out more than you want to, / more than you think that you should have to. But it's just almost impossible. For me, if I'm going to a normal studio day, I'm eating breakfast in my own apartment, leaving, I'm gonna be at the studio by 7 or 8 a.m. and I'm gonna eat lunch there, I'm gonna need a snack somewhere in there, and then I might also have dinner. So I try my best to pack lunch and dinner and snacks, but when you're not in your own home from 8 a.m. to 9, 10 p.m. at night, you're not gonna be able to pack that much food for yourself every day, and sometimes it just genuinely is easier to go grab ramen or a sandwich or or a smoothie downstairs at the deli or whatever. But yeah, eat all the food, accept that you're going to eat out way more than you think you are, and that's not a weird thing as a New Yorker. This is one that I think about and talk about with people that want to move here a lot, is how lonely it is. Like, I think I had this image in my head of like, I'm moving to New York, I'm gonna be around like-minded people, I'm gonna be around so many people. How the heck am I going to be lonely in New York City? And the thing is that it's definitely still possible. It's almost easier because it's really easy to isolate yourself here. So like, don't beat yourself up about, this is me talking to past me, don't beat yourself up for being lonely or not making friends right off the jump. It's super normal, it's super easy. You just have to go out of your own way to like make connections and talk to people and go out of your way to try new things so that you can meet new people. And being lonely is definitely possible, but it's not always the worst thing. This is a weird one, and I'm not sure how good of a job I'm going to do of explaining myself. I talk about this with my mom a lot. Like budgeting, I was so prepared when I moved here to live on like the tightest little budget. I'm not going to spend any money other than like food and transportation. That's it. Like those are my extra things. And I did a really good job of like holding on to my money the first several months I was here. And then I realized that because I was so concerned with like keeping my wallet closed, I was saying no to opportunities and experiences and like doing things with my friends for the sake of saving money. And I'm not saying that you should go out and like blow all your money and eat out all the time and shop all the time and do this and that and see that show, but like sometimes it's okay to go see the show. Sometimes it's okay to go to that restaurant or bar and spend $7. Sometimes it's okay to take an extra ferry and spend the extra $4 or $5. Like, experiences are worth the money. They are. And it's not going to completely kill your budget. You might just have to redo your budget. Find that balance between keeping your wallet super, super, super closed and never doing anything fun ever, and then also like blowing all of your money on doing and having ridiculous things that you don't need. This one is very like specific to being an artist and being an actor or a dancer or anybody in the entertainment industry in the city. Like, I would always notice when I first moved here that like I would go to an audition at Pearl or Ripley Greer or whatever, and I kind of already knew this, but like there are 50 other short, cute brunettes who can belt and dance. There just are. There are 50 other girls who can do exactly what you can do, and maybe they can do it better even, but I realized that like I was so concerned with trying to be better than all the other versions of me that I wasn't like being myself or enjoying things. Advice that I would give to myself or to anyone else that finds themselves in that same situation in New York City is like, quit trying so damn hard to like beat other people and just be yourself, because it makes it more fun, and that's when you actually shine. That's like when you have to offer actually shines through in an audition setting, at least. For me, the auditions and experiences that have yielded the best results, I guess you could say, were the days when I just like put on clothes that I felt comfortable in, that I would wear as myself on a normal day, went in, focused on myself, did my thing, didn't go crazy with my hair and my makeup, and was just myself, presented the best version of what I can be that day. And that's when I've gotten jobs or gotten callbacks. There is free and discounted stuff all over this city, especially if you are a student or a college student, especially if you have a student ID, like museums, discounted show tickets, like just so many things. Like, just look for them. They're everywhere, and you're going to save so much money if you pay attention to the discounts. Invest in your footwear. This kind of goes for like college students on like a big walking campus as well. Basically, if you live in New York City, or any city really, I think, you're going to be spending so much time on your feet walking, and if you don't invest in decent sneakers or decent shoes, you and your shins will hate your life very quickly. Also, 9 times out of 10, the comfy white Adidas are going to be way more comfortable than those heels on like a night out, so wear the comfy Adidas. Learned that one pretty fast. Understand what gentrification is, and that most likely, especially if you live in one of the boroughs, you're a part of it. Like, I live in Brooklyn, in an area, a neighborhood that I'm not going to disclose for my own safety. But I guess the important thing is like, support your local businesses, go to your local deli, bodega, bakery, coffee shop, whatever. Support the local culture, support the local families. Yeah, respect the local culture and support it as best you can. and understand that in a way, even though you pay rent and live here, in these neighborhoods you're kind of a visitor of sorts, and be very respectful of that. And especially be respectful to the families who have literally lived in your neighborhood for generations. They know the area better than you do. It's their home for sure. Don't be an asshole on the subway. Don't be an asshole on the subway. Don't be that person that, like, I need to shove my foot in, I'm gonna jam myself in during rush hour. Like, if there are people pressed up against the glass already, you are not shoving yourself in there. Just be respectful. And don't make eye contact with people unless you're looking to speak to them or have a connection with them, because it'll get you in trouble. Rude, creepy situations. Don't make eye contact unless you want to have a connection with them. That goes with on the streets as well. I'm kind of a hypocrite for this one because I work/take dance classes very, very close to it, and I go there all the time when things are normal, when things aren't COVID-y. But avoid Times Square. Like, Times Square is weird and gross and awful and full of tourists who have no idea what's going on around them and have no, like, awareness. It's, like, kind of awful, but I feel so confused by the fact that people come to the city and that's, like, one of their must-dos. I'm like, it's last on your list. If you're going to see a Broadway show and you want to walk through and snap a picture, sure, I guess, but, like, yeah, Times Square's awful. Sorry. This one right here is very, very important to me. Go to parks, do yoga, pet dogs, pet all of the dogs, relax. You won't regret it, I promise. You won't regret it. The New York City that you're going to become the most familiar with when you move here, at least at first, is like the 10-block radius around where you live and where you work/go to school. So get to know those areas and enjoy them, but also make a point to explore outside of those neighborhoods. So, like, for me, I don't live anywhere near Soho, but I love Soho, so I'll go and explore different areas of Soho, or I'll go explore different areas of Dumbo and Williamsburg and the East Village. Because I don't really have an excuse to go to those places, but they have really great things to offer as far as just things to look at and places to shop and food to eat and, like, parks to see and libraries and stuff. So, ding! Take advantage of the fact that your New York is this, like, 10-block radius around the places you spend most of your time in, and get to know those places really well, but make a point to see other parts of the city. New York City is kind of like Walt Disney World. You could be here for an entire year, do something different every single day, and it'd be impossible for you to actually get to everything. Like, you can't do it. So just, that's like one of the best things. It's a city that keeps on giving. You can explore and explore and explore, and it's so wonderful. This is where I'm going to end this one. This was something I wrote in my journal back around Christmas time. I just said, take it all in. This is the city of your dreams, and it really, really is beautiful. Yeah, anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I've only been here for a year. These are just things I wish I had known before I moved here, that I've kind of not some baseline knowledge that I have gained in the last year. Obviously, I don't know everything. I still have so much to learn about the city. I feel like you're never really done learning New York City. That's kind of the beauty of it. But yeah, I hope that this was helpful, or at least entertaining. If you liked this video, if you could give it a big thumbs up down below, that would be really, really cool. And if you haven't already, you should subscribe and then hit the notification bell so you get notifications every single time I post a video. That would be super amazing. I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful, magical day and all that jazz. Love you guys. Thanks. Bye. And yes, this was a Christmas candle burning because I'm obsessed with the scent of Christmas trees. I don't know why. I'm aware that it's August. Leave me alone.
My old lovers fall into my covers, where they sink one by one. Yeah, I watch them disappear to nothing, disposable as chewing gum. There are deal breakers where I come from.